Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel, where we discuss various topics relevant to our personal and spiritual growth. Today, let's talk about a very important subject, forgiveness. Learning to forgive is essential to living a full and happy life, and I'm here to share my experiences and knowledge on the subject with you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video so you don't miss any new content that we are always posting. Let's start. Forgiveness is one of the most important and challenging themes in human life. All of us, at some point, have been hurt, betrayed or hurt by someone, and often the feeling of anger, hurt and resentment can take care of us. However, the truth is that carrying these feelings for a long time can cause great emotional and physical suffering. Therefore, forgiveness is a powerful and transformative act, capable of freeing the soul and bringing peace and healing to the heart. But how can we forgive someone who has hurt us so deeply? How to let go of the pain and move on? In this theme, we're going to explore the power of forgiveness and how it can transform your life. Forgiveness is an extremely important topic that can profoundly impact our lives and relationships. Often, we struggle with forgiving because we think we are letting the other person get away with it or that we are being weak by not retaliating. However, forgiveness is not about that. Forgiveness is about releasing ourselves from the weight of anger, resentment, and bitterness we carry toward the other person. When we don't forgive, we are holding the pain of the past in our hearts, allowing the other person to continue to hurt us, even if they are no longer present in our lives. Forgiveness is an act of self-love and liberation. To forgive, one must understand that forgiveness does not mean that what happened was right or that we are agreeing with what the other person did. Forgiveness is a conscious choice to let go of the past and move forward without carrying the pain of the past with us. It is a choice of love, both for ourselves and for the other person. Furthermore, forgiveness is not a matter of forgetting what happened. This is impossible and often unhealthy. It is important to remember what happened to prevent the same situation from happening again and to learn from past mistakes. However, forgiveness allows us to remember without being negatively affected by the remembering. Another important point is that forgiveness is not a matter of time. There is no set deadline for forgiving someone, as each person has their own healing and release process. However, it's important to remember that the longer we carry the pain of the past, the harder it can be to forgive and move on. Forgiveness is also not a matter of justice. Often, we want the other person to pay for what they've done, and we think forgiving means we're letting them get away with it. However, justice is not our responsibility and is not always possible. Forgiveness does not mean that the other person will not have consequences for their actions, but that we will no longer carry the pain and resentment in our hearts. To forgive, one must have courage and humility. Courage to face the pain of the past and the possibility of being hurt again, and humility to recognize that we also made mistakes and that we need to be forgiven. Forgiveness is an ongoing process, and many times you have to forgive the same person several times. Finally, it is important to remember that forgiveness is not something we can do alone. We need help from God and the community to truly forgive and move on. Prayer is a powerful tool to help us forgive and find peace in our hearts. Furthermore, it is important to highlight that forgiveness does not mean forgetting what was done or allowing the person who hurt us to continue hurting us. Forgiveness is not ignoring what happened, but choosing to release resentment and desire for revenge towards that person. It is a conscious choice to move forward and not allow the past to continue to control us. Forgiving can be difficult, especially when the hurt is deep and long-lasting. However, it is important to remember that forgiveness is not just for the other person, but also for ourselves. When we carry the burden of resentment and bitterness, it can negatively affect our physical and emotional health, our relationships, and our overall quality of life. Also, forgiveness doesn't have to be something that happens once and for all. It is an ongoing process of letting go and choosing to forgive again as new emotions and memories arise. It's an active choice to keep your heart open and willing to move forward. It is also important to remember that forgiveness does not necessarily mean reconciliation. If the person who hurt us is not willing to change or acknowledge the pain he caused, it is not necessary to maintain a close relationship with him. Forgiving may be a personal choice to release pain, but it doesn't mean we need to maintain a close relationship with the person who hurt us. In short, forgiveness is a conscious choice to release resentment and bitterness towards someone who has hurt us. It's an ongoing process of letting go and choosing to forgive again, and it doesn't mean forgetting what was done or allowing the person to continue to hurt us. Forgiveness can be a powerful tool for emotional healing and restoring relationships, but it is important to remember that reconciliation is not always necessary or possible. Forgiveness is an act of self-love and release that allows us to move forward without carrying the pain of the past. As we reach the end of this video, I would like to invite you to subscribe to our channel and leave a like so that we can continue to produce relevant content like this one on the subject of forgiveness. Also, I would encourage you to leave a comment sharing your experience with forgiveness, whether in your own life, your family, or the life of someone you know. Your words can inspire others to seek the path of reconciliation and love. Thank you for your attention, and I hope this video was useful for you. To the next.